So how does rent-to-own work when you're the landlord seller in a deal? We often think of rent-to-own as making it easier for tenants to one day buy property, but for every rent-to-own buyer there must also be a rent-to-own seller. So how does it look when you're on the selling side? Well, the best types of landlord sellers are property owners that are coming to the rental management space because they really want to be sellers, but it's just not the right time for them. It could be not the best market condition for their property, or they may not have the equity position yet due to tough payout penalties on their loan, but for one reason or another, now is not the right time for them to sell and they want to buy themselves a little bit of time. And so what we would do is we would take your property and position it such that it works for a tenant to live in your property and then one day buy it from you. Our tenant buyer program grabs tenants that want to own property, but they need a little bit of extra help. They could be new to Canada and not yet have a credit history, or they may have an established credit history, but they need an additional way to save up for the down payment, which our brokerage can have channeled through some of the rent payments that they make to our landlord sellers. So we take these tenant buyers and we match them up with our landlord sellers through our rent-to-own program. Now, when you're a landlord seller in this arrangement, it really feels very similar to a standard rental agreement and then a purchase contract at the back end of the lease term. The way that we would price it out is we would send a professional to look at the property and evaluate the market value of it today, both in terms of the sale price and the rent price, and then we would look at how could we package this property up and offer it to our pool of tenant buyers that have come to us to take advantage of this program. Now, when you decide to be a landlord seller, there's actually several key benefits over and above the conventional sales process that really make this opportunity enticing. The very first one is that the tenants that are living in your property, they want to be there. They not only want to rent it, but they want to buy it. And they've come to the program to take advantage of its exclusivity, one of the few programs out there that will help them when nobody else will. And so they're thankful for this opportunity, and they're thankful to have the opportunity to be in your property. And so they take care of it as though it will be their own one day, because it will be. The other key element is all of the money that you can save as a landlord seller because of the tax benefits within this program. So when you're a landlord seller, all of the expenses related to the operation of your rental product now become tax deductible. So this would be the rental or the mortgage payments that you're making, the interest on them becomes tax deductible. Any property repairs or maintenance that needs to be conducted now becomes tax deductible. And of course, your property management fees and yes, your realtor fees can also be tax deducted from the eventual proceeds of sale that you would receive. So these advantages taken together can make it pretty exciting to look at how to get out of your property as a landlord seller through a rent-to-own arrangement. So if you're an owner like that, if you've got a property that you're looking at renting out for a while, but you'd actually like to be a seller, what are the next steps? Well, you just let us know. We send out a professional. They'll evaluate the market value of your property. They will evaluate the appropriate rent rate, and we will make a recommendation for you as to how we would like to position your property to be made available for offers to purchase from our rent-to-own buyers, our pool of tenant buyers that have been pre-qualified by a major bank before we bring them to you and your property. So if you're interested in that, if you'd like to take the next step, don't hesitate to reach out to us to start a conversation to see if being a landlord seller is just the fit that you've been looking for. Thanks very much.